Damn it, you ruined it. I couldn't get it out in time. Say, hey, everybody, thanks for something. Never mind.
Thanks for everything, everybody.
It's Drewski McGillicuddy's The Invisible Man movie review.
Should I turn the car off?
Probably. There's something low on me.
Maybe the ambient noise or ambient music
Yeah.
will drown it out.
Snap it to a Slim Jim.
Hey, everybody! It's Drewski McGillicuddy, and this video is brought to you by not Slim Jims. Snap into it. We already did an intro, though. But seriously, we went and we saw Lee Winnell's The Invisible Man. And I don't want to, like, spoil the rating. I mean, wait, I still have to think about the rating. It's really hard to put a rating on this movie, but I can tell you right now, because we both looked at each other and we're like...
A couple times, and after.
And was like...
during the movie, after the movie.
Was that overhyped or what? It was a little overhyped for me. I don't know. I mean, maybe people had a different experience. Now,
wasn't horrible.
The theater we were in,
thought it was horrible.
There was hardly anybody in there, and everybody was respectively quiet and respectable.
There was one girl that during the invisible parts kept going. Did you hear?
You did too.
No, I did
there
on
a couple times.
I did on a part that deserved it though.
Yeah,
and I was like,
all right.
But every time there was a footstep, she was like,
let's get this out of the way. First of all,
sheet.
And this is gonna lead back to a lot of the problems I had with the movie. Now, granted, she is foobar talented when it comes to acting and performances and emoting. Elizabeth Moss is a talented actress.
Yes.
But God damn it, what a butterface. Like, she looks like she might be slightly inbred. Like, at least, like, somewhere along the lines, one of her cousins fucked one of her other cousins.
We're watching the movie. Drewski looks over at me like, she's fugly.
I'm sorry. Like, everything, I mean... Like, she's been good in everything I've seen her in, but it's like, I'm sorry. I find it hard to believe that this billionaire playboy
would want that and get obsessed over her.
Yeah, like it's one thing for him to, like, you know, fall for, like, you know, maybe she has a winning personality. I don't know. We didn't really get to fucking know her that well. We went straight from her freaking out to get away from him to her. Yeah, I don't know if I got away from him, even though she had no reason to suspect that he was invisible right away. But she was already paranoid from the begin with. But I guess, you know, she was coming from a traumatic experience. We don't necessarily know, because all we got to see was that very tense. It was a very tense and suspenseful opening act with her sneaking out of the house.
But, and I was like, what's going on? I don't know.
But was it, like, warranted? What the fuck?
Like, it's like chapter 2.
They never really explain. Like, they don't show any flashbacks. She just talks about how he controlled her life.
They could have had more backstory.
I had to wear designer clothes. Oh my God. I had to wear designer clothes. I had to eat at the finest of fucking restaurants. He just had all this fucking money, and I couldn't handle it anymore. I just needed to get away from this fucking square-ass house with all these fucking windows right by the fucking ocean. Like, literally, the fucking coolest bedroom you've ever fucking slept in, but you gotta get out of there because these fucking waves are just keeping me awake at night when it's just so soothing the way they crash into the fucking shore. Remember how I told you not to what's my fucking Slim Jim? You told me, I told you not to let me forget about how awesome those fucking opening credits were and that fucking opening title card.
Well, yeah.
So see, like, there's, like, things that just bothered the fuck out of me, but, like, you know, the directing, the sound design was fucking amazing. And the score. Like, the shit that was just playing in the background. It was, I can't say it was memorable, but it wasn't, like, everything I've ever heard. Maybe I would remember it if I watched it again. It's just like, I don't...
Well, you said it reminded you of the classic...
how many times I want to watch this movie? Sure, it did end up having a twist.
Well, we both predicted that. Like, we both...
Even though we both predicted it.
And we both even looked
And then we were like, well, wait a minute, maybe we were wrong.
Yeah.
But then like, oh, maybe we're right. Man, whoa. What the fuck? You trying to pull a fast one on me? I don't think so. It doesn't happen. But yeah, the whole thing about this guy, he's got all the money in the world, and she even says, you could have any woman in the world. What's so special about me? And the whole time I'm sitting there thinking,
that
good
was
point.
Real.
What the fuck is so special about you? Like you've got like the butteriest face I've ever fucking seen. But the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Who am I to like judge a woman on her appearance?
That butter on the roll.
Like, but seriously, like just, I'm sorry. Maybe if you would have got like,
she has moments where she looks cute, but she does. But I feel like if you want this movie to be remotely believable, and this guy who is ruggedly handsome, who might have a different, difficult personality to be around, like kind of like me, I have a difficult personality to be around. Hold on, I got a good point. Yeah, you just made a point.
Now you just made me fucking forget it. But no, Scarlett Johansson would have been more believable than Elizabeth Moss. Like, oh, I'm gonna spend all this money, like, and do all these intricate things that, like, oh, I'm gonna go live in somebody's fucking attic and wait for like weeks at a time so that I can text you and take pictures of you while you're sleeping. Who the fuck wants to do that shit when you got $5 million? He's got more than $5. He's gonna give away $5 million. Like, the guy's a fucking millionaire, possibly billionaire. I mean, the fucking house alone looked like it was a fucking $10 million house.
And then there's sinks. I'm gonna do my.
So the whole part of the movie that kind of ruined it for me was the disbelief that I could not get over the fact that I would not spend that much time trying to torment Elizabeth Moss. Maybe Scarlett Johansson, but not Elizabeth Moss. Tell us what you thought. I'm gonna have a beverage.
No, so Andy looks over at me.
Oh, and by the way, I'm not wearing eyeliner, everybody.
So there's a part in the movie. It's a spoil. Is this a spoiler thing? Okay, I won't tell you any.
Right, well, we're not going to rate the movie because we don't know. I'm going to kind of spoil it, but I'm not going to spoil it. I'm just going to tell you what Andy said in response to something. He looks over at me and he goes, "He fucked her in her sleep." And I'm pretty sure the row behind us heard us. Or him. No, they probably heard you say, she thought it was the black guy. But we were trying to be respectful and whisper, but you can't always.
We had an IPA. That kind of.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like there was a bunch of like a suspense-filled scenes, but then there was a bunch of. Oh, here you go. See this hallway? Could there be something? Oh my God, what is that?
Is there somebody standing there? I can't tell.
There's
so
many fucking scenes where it's just
I
don't know.
So
is there somebody there?
Adding to that, yeah. I thought the movie was really good until there was a part where there was like an email that she writes her sister. Then I kind of noticed at that point I started noticing it was boring. And then
because it definitely took a fucking nosedive and started like, what the fuck?
Yeah, where I started I'm starting to sing in my head and shit like, Cecilia, you're breaking my heart. And then that's when I know I'm like, all right, I'm not even paying attention now. But I really was. That was like one little part. Anyway, coincidentally though, the part that I got us back in,
we both looked at each other like, oh shit.
Had to do with her
sister. They go out to dinner and then something happens and you're like, oh well, maybe there's more to this than meets the eye. Because like I thought it was just gonna be her going around looking like she might, be on meth the whole time. Like, I need a shower.
You know what, too? They kind of tried to play a whole, like, the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. Like, the whole,
my hair is fucked.
Crazy. Stop it. You look great. But, yeah, they tried to play up like a whole, psycho ward and is she crazy? Like
that was probably like one of the best parts of the movie, though. Like
she's not crazy. Yeah. They don't play into that, but
because obviously like there's the stipulation where
think she's going to get $5 million if she doesn't get convicted of a crime, and of course, obviously she's going to get convicted of a crime, and then
thing they threw in though. That,
but like
between
the part of her
little story,
like from the very beginning of the movie to the part where she moves in with the guy is fine, and then after that, the whole thing with her sister, it just kind of slows down, it bogs down to like a crawl, and you're just sitting there, and like it's just Lee Winnell practicing his camera movements and stuff. That like he's good, like he does. Have some fluid and creative angles that he and like the whole and like some of the invisible scenes, like when she's cooking breakfast and like whatever. There's scenes where they use the invisibleness to its advantage. Maybe, I guess you could say
either or. It works.
And then you got the scene in the trailer, which the scene in the trailer kind of gave it away for because I thought like that looks weird.
Like the smoke from your exhaust is.
Oh no. Okay, anyway, seriously though, listen to me. We are going to spoil it because the other thing that pisses me. All right, what would you give it? Like we're going to stop. We're at the 10-minute mark, so let's go ahead.
Okay.
And I'm going to give it oh fuck. I can't rightly say it. Oh god, I can't. Can you do it? You go first.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll go first. So I am glad that they're taking some classic horror monster movies and redoing them. That said, I haven't even seen The Mummy with Tom Cruise.
Me neither. I gave up on all that stuff after the I, Frankenstein trailer.
I've seen the Wolfman.
I saw the I, Frankenstein trailer and the Dracula Untold trailer, and I'm like, no thank you.
Yeah, I've seen Dracula Untold.
Was it just as bad as it looked?
I actually like the end, which they kind of used in that Netflix Dracula season 3. But anyway, so I am glad they're doing that. Long story short, though, I was hoping for more.
Yeah, it's not like it was bad. It's not like I mean, I'm disappointed, but the main reason I'm disappointed is because everything nowadays has to be technologically advanced, and we got to do look at this fancy high-tech suit, and he was like a fucking tech entrepreneur or whatever. But here comes the spoiler, like, oh wait, see, we're jumping around. It's just, is there a number we're putting on it, a letter? I'm giving it a fucking C. It's getting a fucking probably a 6.5 if that.
I think a C is better. Like, a letter system for this movie
I'm kind of pissed off because there were so many parts of the movie that were so good, but just the fact that Elizabeth, like, she did a great job, but I don't think it's believable. I don't know. Unless this dude's got a thing for fugly girls. I don't know.
Do we okay, since we're nearing the end, do we want to get into the whole Me Too thing? Because I've heard a few Me Too things.
Oh my god, we're not supposed to talk about politics on the channel.
It's not okay. I don't
want anybody to know whether I am or am. Am or ain't. Is or ain't. Is or isn't.
Meanwhile, you're posting political compasses.
Whatever. I was like almost in the middle.
He's a radical centrist.
I am.
But yeah, we won't get into all that. We'll let you guys get into that in the comments.
No, what are you talking about? They might as well tell them what you're talking about.
The, female strong lead, which a lot of people seem to get upset about because it seems like it's being pushed.
Hold on. Stay tuned. Here, we'll cut this and I'll splice it over to the. What about the fucking trailer for Run, Sweetheart, Run?
Oh,
okay, all right. We're going to take a break from our regularly scheduled program to talk about this fucking trailer that looked fucking awesome. It looked fucking awesome.
Yeah,
we were both on board.
Like, huh?
This girl goes on a blind date. I was like, they stole our fucking movie.
Yeah.
We were going to make a movie about this guy that goes around dating women and has somebody off in the distance filming it. And then all of a sudden, he takes him back to his place and fucking tortures and kills him. I mean, classic, simple horror, everybody.
But we thought it was already kind of like...
Yeah, and then this is going to happen. It's kind of happening. And then you're like, oh, it's this guy. He's a serial killer. Oh, wait, no, maybe he's the fucking devil. Oh, no. He's a fucking male chauvinist misogyny guy. Mr. Male Misogyny. He's going around killing all the women.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Fuck him.
Like, no, but
Fucking
seriously,
pig.
like that's like it's like gonna be fucking Black Christmas all over again. Like, but this one actually looks legitimately badass.
The remake.
But then they have to like shoehorn in, the female power. But I have no problem with female power. I mean, look at the secretary. She's stronger than I. She'd whoop my ass, you know. And like, if it wasn't for her, I'd live under a bridge somewhere. But like, fucking knock it the fuck off, Hollywood. You're fucking making shit up. Just because it happens on Facebook all the time doesn't mean it happens in real life. The shit that people are getting offended about, like it's all made up in somebody else's fucking head, and then that person posts on Facebook like, well, did you hear about this? It was like, well, it never happened anyway, dumbass.
I knew I could get
somebody
them
telling
going.
fucking stories. Don't get me fucking started, motherfuckers. Anyway, back to the movie at hand. All right, here's my problem.
Back to the scheduled program.
All right, so we're getting into spoilers. It was a fucking suit. And you can totally tell it's a fucking suit. If you watch the trailer, when she pours the paint, you can see the grooves and the whatever. And here's the other problem with it being a fucking suit. Because, yeah, it was cool. There was a lot of really cool... Like, I was like, oh, I'm conflicted. Because, yeah, while I hate the fact that it's a suit and he didn't inject himself or drink some kind of serum...
it makes more sense.
But no, because it's fucking... Because it's
mind.
2020, we gotta have... Oh, the suit's made out of cameras and it can fucking...
Yeah.
Okay,
it's more believable.
When she pours the fucking paint on him, he goes over to the fucking sink and washes it all off, and then, you know, there's no smeary guy walking around. He went right back to being completely invisible.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not gonna happen. There's gonna be like paint in the crevices that he couldn't fucking get out, okay? Because there's crevices in the fucking suit. So right there is a major plot hole that just fucking kind of ruined a lot of the fucking movie for me. And then I kind of like the suit because there's a scene where, you know, she stabs him.
I can tell you a
and
big plot hole.
The suit's like blinking and stuff. That was badass, but still, it was like, yeah, fuck.
I haven't thought this through, but I think a huge plot hole is the fact that I don't know what we're all saying, but it has to do with the money. We already mentioned that. He gives her money. It's like, why did we do all this?
Yeah, there's just so much stuff that's
why did they do what they did? Give her money.
Don't be saying they. That might... Oh, yeah, we're already spoiling it. Because it was...
Well, I just mean they and the...
That's all right. I had spoilers,
like, you know,
spoilers coming, or spoiler alert popped up.
You can't
so
say
now we can talk about
she.
the fact that it was him and his brother. Because at first I was thinking, oh, because she goes and she's like, please tell him to stop. And he's like, I wish I could, but he's dead. Like, I hated him too. I was relieved when I found out he was dead. It was like, no, they're best friends.
Like, bravo.
They were in this whole thing together. And it's like, I mean, basically, it's like something right out of Scream. Like, there was two killers, but like, were they both killing? Like, because I mean, I guess that would give you a reason to go rewatch it, so you can try to be like, oh, well, which one's the brother and which one's actual dude. But
it's not.
I don't
think I'm rewatching this one.
I might rewatch it, but Jesus Christ, I'm so fucking disappointed. I am so disappointed. Like, it wasn't complete shit, but it was a lot of wasted potential. Like, I can't even say shaving off the 20 minutes of excess, oh, is there a person in this room with me, would have saved it or not for me, but I feel like it could have been a completely different story. Because I was all on board when I saw it in the trailer.
When you got an invisible person, you can go a lot of different directions.
But like, because I like the whole aspect of him driving her crazy. I think they just went on a little too long with it. And then the fact that, like,
that's one of the only things I liked.
At some point, it's like, okay, this guy that she goes to stay with after she leaves the dude, you know, supposedly they have history, but we don't fucking know because they don't fucking tell us anything. We get no backstory on Adrian, no backstory on Bedelia, or whatever the fuck her name is.
Cecilia.
Bedelia. I want my cake.
You're breaking my heart. Yeah.
But like, there's no she has a sister, okay? She doesn't talk to her sister because of Adrian, and then
she knows to come and get her. Like,
when the fuck did she call? I don't know.
The whole escaping thing was kind of weird too. When you look back on it, you're like, so why didn't she just escape during the daytime?
Oh, and here's another thing: the fucking dog was still in the house when she goes back to try to figure out what the fuck's going on.
I was trying to make sense of that.
Like, why the fuck would the dog still be there if he supposedly killed himself?
Yeah. Did
like,
the
would
dog
the authorities
get
like?
hungry,
Did he just
come
kill
back?
himself? Like, is it like literally? Was he not in an obituary? Was it just his brother contacted her? Like, take my word for it, he's dead. Here's some pictures that we took.
Maybe
from
the brother
far away.
Maybe
from
the brother
far away.
got the house and kept
Look,
the dog.
hold on. The picture was taken from all the fuck the way over there. Like, look at the blood stains.
Oh, I noticed she cut her wrist in the shower and then.
No, I'm talking about when he
cuts her
fucking
wrist in the
lays
shower and then runs around.
when he lays the pictures. When he lays the pictures.
Then later she has a.
When he lays the fucking pictures and says, "No, he killed himself. I've seen the body."
Yeah, let me see that shit.
The pictures were from like 20 feet away.
If I was a cop,
I'd be like, where were the cops?
I'll
How
show
come
the
she's
badge.
only talking to the dude's brother?
Give me this.
Like, where's the rest of the authorities?
You are.
I want to see the death certificate.
I don't even know who this cop is.
Oh no, his ashes are.
Who is this cop?
I don't know. He's just some
She's
black
with some
guy
black
with like,
family.
like his triceps were fucking disgusting though.
Yeah, and he's like posing, leaning on the bed, and I'm like,
Look
oh my god.
You sure you don't want none of this dark meat?
Oh,
I was waiting
you
for
pregnant?
it. I was waiting for it. I'm like, when the fuck? Like, when are these two just gonna get it on? Like, how do you two even know each other? Like, you don't even look like you grew up in the same hood.
That the boys in the hood. No,
because like he was trying to be white as fuck, but then he kept dropping them. What do you call it? Not urban, the urban slang,
ebonics, lingo.
God, I'm gonna have to cut all this out so I don't get claimed to be a racist because I was pointing out some shit that happened in a movie.
Well, I feel like with the camo hat, I'm like one of those when you're scrolling through Facebook and see them conservative guys.
Oh, you look like one of them Trump supporters. That's for sure.
America and guns and bacon. It's Chan Andy here.
Camouflage.
I love America.
I love trucks.
But I didn't love this movie. Yeah.
That's the problem. I went in expecting to love it. I went in overhyped because everybody was talking about it's a step in the right direction, which it is. I don't want to, like, you know, anybody to feel like I'm not saying that this isn't a step in a direction. Yeah, it's like a footprint on a carpet of an invisible person that's wearing a fucking suit.
You knew where I was going with that. Yeah.
And the rain effects were pretty fucking cool. I mean, there's a lot of cool shit in this movie, but there's a lot of filler that was just like, okay, this movie could have been 45. This movie could have been 45 minutes long. It could have been an episode of Jordan Peele's The Twilight Zone.
I heard that sucks.
I did too. I'm starting to think Jordan Peele might just suck and we just haven't noticed it yet. Like, I don't know.
Get Out
was okay. Us was good up until like it got stupid, and then I don't know what this has to do with that, but it's got the same feeling. Plus, it's got Elizabeth Moss, so she was in Us with that, you know, same goofy ass look on her face. I don't know. All right, look, I apologize. Hopefully, I haven't offended anybody, and if I have, that's probably your fucking parents' fault. Maybe you should have, you know,
been raised a little tougher.
Yeah. Somebody said something that hurt my feelings. I'm gonna go fucking write about it on social media and see if anybody else gives a fuck. Anyway, don't worry about that, everybody. Should I go ahead and throw in the rant about the fucking bitch the other day at work? Did I tell you about the bitch the other day at work? All right, before we go, everybody, I'll tell you about this bitch the other day at work. I'm delivering pizzas. One of the fucking drivers calls off, right? So there's only two of us. And it's Thursday, which you would think, you know, Thursday can't be that bad. Well, God damn it. Look, today was Saturday. I made $55 in 4 hours, okay? I went on maybe 9 deliveries. Thursday, I went on 22 fucking deliveries. Every time I came to the store, I had to leave with 3 more deliveries. And then one time, I had to take 6 motherfucking deliveries. That's unheard of. You're not supposed to take more than 3, but I didn't have any other choice. So,
you're like,
luckily, the first 3 were all in this same trailer park, okay? There's a trailer park, and all 3 deliveries were in the trailer park, so bam, bam, bam. I'm pretty fucking fast. So I'm on my way to this next one. I get a phone call from the store wanting to know where I'm at. I'm like, I'm on my way to this next one. I was like, do they know that I'm on a 6 delivery order? And they're like, oh, no, I didn't tell them that, but I'll let them know. I'm like, okay, thank you, I appreciate that. I get to the fucking house, I run. I put that hustle in, running up the fucking driveway, and the bitch opens the door, and I say, I am so sorry, ma'am, and I tried to explain on one of the drivers called off, and that we are experiencing an unusual number of deliveries this evening, And she cuts me off before I even get any of that out. I don't want to hear it. And I'm like, ma'am, I'm just trying to apologize. She's like, no, I'm tired of your excuses. And I'm like, ma'am, what are you talking about? I'm just trying to apologize and explain this. I don't like your attitude. I'm like, my attitude? What are you talking about? And I said, could you please sign your receipt? And then she starts talking about my attitude. I'm like, you're the one acting a fool, lady. And I'm like, I need the receipt. She's like, where's my copy? I'm like, you ordered online. And that's another thing I tried to explain to her is like, well, you ordered online. That's why you didn't know how long it was going to be. And she's like, well, nothing, bitch. Like, it took an extra 15 fucking minutes. It's something you're going to have to fucking deal with. Don't give me a fucking hard time. Anyway, so then she wouldn't give me my fucking pen back. I had to literally grab my pen and rip it to fuck. Like, I'm talking, she had a death grip on it. She was holding that shit like Bob Dole in the 90s. And I had to rip it out of her hand. And she's like, I can't believe you. I turned around and said, I can't believe you. I said, I ain't never been treated like this. I said, I would think twice before messing with people that know where you live, bitch. No, I'm kidding. I didn't say that. But I did tell her, I was like, I've never been treated like this, and just turned around and walked away. But it's like, how the fuck are you going to be that goddamn rude? Jesus Christ, motherfucker. You almost got shot.
He came up with the mask on.
Scared as shit. What the fuck was I talking about? Yeah, this bitch. Fuck you, bitch. I gave your phone number to shit. You probably shouldn't admit that. That's all right. I don't want his name. I'll bleep his name out. But yeah, I gave her phone number to a couple people. But maybe they'll call and get her to buy them some Amazon gift cards or something. But yeah, it's like, bitch, like somebody's trying to apologize to you. Don't start screaming at them and telling them they got a fucking attitude problem. You're the fucking one with the attitude problem. Don't reflect your fucking miserable fucking life back onto me. I'm having a hell of a time. I made $115 in 4 fucking hours. That's a fucked up thing. She tipped me $5. I bet she wish she could take that back, huh?
That's probably why she was so mad. Like, I tipped $5.
There, everybody. There's a fucking bonus rant if you've stayed to the end of the video. And if you've also stayed to the end of the video and, you didn't think to do it earlier, you could click. It's just going to pop up in front. Just click these fucking buttons, will you? Like, I shouldn't have to tell you this every video. You should know by now to like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't, consider following me on these social medias that I don't get on.
Yeah.
I don't even get on my Patreon, but if you want to give me $1 so that I could, consider getting better at this, that would be swell. And if you want to see more of Chad, why don't you leave a comment about, hey, Chad seems like he might be fun to hang around with.
We might start a weekly
We're
video
not.
review.
Neither one of us are, reliable enough to do anything. You never know what I'm going to do or when I'm going to do it. Everything's sporadic. Anyway, they're calling the police. Get the fuck out of here.